Hi Math 2, this is Ms. Van Vickel, and this is another video in your Unit 2 review series. It seems like we have a bunch of them and I can hardly remember which one this is. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to describe what has happened to our parent function when we're given the equation of a parent function. So there are three things that can happen. I can shift up and down, I can shift left and right, or I can stretch or compress, and I guess there are actually four things that can happen because I can also reflect over the x-axis. So let's take a look at how we tell what happens. If we have something outside the parentheses, this indicates that we have either shifted up or down. And in this case, we have shifted down 4 units. The magnitude comes from this number right here, and the direction comes from the sign of the number right here, the negative in front of it. So if I were asked to describe the transformation of this from the parent function, I would have to include the description that it has shifted down 4 units. Now I'm going to look for a left-right shift, and this indicates that I have shifted to the left 7 units. Again, I take the magnitude from the number that's inside the parentheses, but I switch the sign and indicate that it's gone left instead of right. And that's always true for shifts left and right. To determine whether or not there's been a stretch or compression, I look right here and notice I'm multiplying for a stretch or compression. When I shift, I'm adding and subtracting, but when I'm stretching or compressing, I'm multiplying. And since I'm multiplying by a number that's between 0 and 1, this is a compression by a factor of 1/2. And that makes my graph look, some students describe it as fatter or wider. Then notice I have a negative. My A value right here is negative, and that indicates that I have reflected across the x-axis. Some students call that a flip. So on a test, if you were given this equation and you were asked to describe how it had changed from its parent cubic function, you would say it had been reflected across the x-axis, it had been compressed by a factor of 1/2, it shifted left by 7 units, and down by 4 units. And that would give you a hint about how to graph it if you're asked to.